Welcome to my channel. The manhwa name is The Villainess Turns the Hourglass. Arya stood before the gathered citizens. Her crimes were being revealed aloud. In front of her, a sword gleamed in her brother's hand, raised and ready to deliver punishment. At that moment her sister appeared. Miel approached with a gentle expression and a voice that sounded innocent and concerned, as if she truly pitied Arya's fate. The crowd softened at the sight, believing they were witnessing the kindness of a pure soul. But as Miel drew closer, her presence shifted. Beneath the calm exterior, her true thoughts surfaced, and Arya finally saw them clearly. Miel had hated her all along. She felt joy watching Arya fall so completely, satisfaction in seeing her reduced to this miserable end. With despair burning into resolve, Arya wished for one thing. She wished for a second chance. Time responded that an hourglass appeared, its sand reversing as the world shattered and rewound. When Arya opened her eyes again, she was years in the past, back when she and Miel were still teenagers, before the betrayals had fully bloomed. This time, Arya understood everything. She was ready to return every cruelty she had received, one by one with interest. When Arya returned to her room, her eyes were immediately drawn to the bed. Lying there was a broken hourglass, its glass cracked and its sand frozen in place. The moment she saw it, realization struck. This was the object that had granted her a second chance at life. Far from feeling distressed by its condition, she felt overwhelming gratitude. To Arya, the hourglass was more precious than any jewel. She promptly asked her maid Jessie to have it repaired with great care. She emphasized its importance, making it clear that the hourglass was something she treasured deeply and never wished to lose. Days passed, and Arya's life slowly began to change. She started formal etiquette lessons under the guidance of Miss Sarah, a woman known for her talent, grace, and gentle nature. The lessons were strict yet patient. Arya was taught proper table manners, elegant speech, posture, and balance, even practicing with books stacked carefully on her head. Every movement, every word, was refined step by step to shape her into a true lady. Her efforts did not go unnoticed. During family meals, Arya received praise for her improvement and composure. The approving glances and kind words filled her with quiet satisfaction. Miel, however, observed everything closely. A small misunderstanding born from a careless comment made the attention shift even more toward Arya, leaving her in an unexpectedly cheerful mood. Encouraged by her progress, Arya asked Miss Sarah to teach her embroidery as well. Miss Sarah was widely admired for her exceptional skill, and Arya was determined to learn from her as quickly as possible. She wanted to surpass Miel in every aspect, without exception. To Sarah's surprise, Arya's talent for embroidery revealed itself rapidly. Her hands moved with growing confidence, and her learning speed exceeded expectations. Soon, she set her sights on an ambitious goal. She decided to create a golden rose, the symbol of the noble house connected to Oscar, Miel's fiancé. That decision marked a turning point. Arya did not intend to improve herself for praise alone. She intended to take everything that once belonged to Miel. Stealing her fiancé was only the beginning. And so, quietly and meticulously, Arya's revenge began. During a formal family dinner, the atmosphere was calm. As business topics arose, Miel confidently proposed investing in a leather business, presenting it as a profitable and stable venture. However, Arya calmly intervened. With composed reasoning, she pointed out the hidden drawbacks of the leather trade. She then offered an alternative. A fur business, she explained, would bring higher prestige. One by one, she dismantled Miel's arguments, replacing them with sharper insight and foresight. By the end of the discussion, their father's interest had clearly shifted. Arya had earned his approval through logic and business sense. Miel could only sit in silence as her proposal faded into the background. When their father prepared to leave for work, Arya stepped forward and presented him a delicate silk handkerchief, beautifully embroidered with elegance and restraint. The craftsmanship immediately drew attention. Miel, however, froze. At a glance, she understood the truth. The level of skill displayed in the handkerchief far surpassed her own. Her expression twisted for just a moment, revealing shock and frustration. In the days that followed, Arya continued her lessons with Miss Sarah. During one of their meetings, she received an invitation to a tea party hosted by Miss Sarah herself. The gathering would include several noble ladies, and Arya sensed the opportunity immediately. She accepted with grace, but a problem soon became apparent. When she looked through her wardrobe, every dress she owned was either overly flashy or hopelessly old-fashioned. That was when Arya made a decision. Soon after, a sudden fire broke out in her wardrobe, destroying all of her dresses beyond repair. Shaken and tearful, Arya sought out Miel. With visible distress, she explained her situation and asked if she could borrow a dress temporarily, just long enough to go out and purchase new ones, promising to return it afterward. With several people watching, Miel had no choice. Though reluctant, she agreed. When Arya was told to choose any dress she wished, her eyes settled on a white, delicate dress, refined in both cut and fabric. It was also the dress Miel had received as a gift from her fiancé. The moment Miel realized which dress Arya had chosen, she froze completely. Time seemed to stretch as her shock became impossible to hide. Yet surrounded by observing eyes, she was forced to accept the situation, her pride swallowing her protest. Thus, wearing the dress meant for another, Arya left for the city. And with that single step, her revenge moved quietly forward in flawless timing. Arya arrived at a high-end clothing store in the city, her steps confident and purposeful. Without hesitation, she selected several dresses, choosing elegant designs that suited her future plans. She did not stop to reconsider prices or styles. To her, appearances were no longer a luxury, but a weapon. After finishing her purchases, she headed to another shop. This was the place where her most precious item had been sent for repair. As she entered, the shop owner presented the hourglass. It had been restored perfectly, without a single flaw. Seeing it whole again filled her with quiet relief. That she thanked the owner. A man wearing a black hood moved silently. The moment she passed by the hooded man, a sudden chill ran down her spine. The sensation lingered even as she stepped toward the exit. Before leaving, she casually advised the owner not to use the auction ticket she had seen earlier, subtly trying to protect him. The quality of the repair work deserved safety, not unnecessary risk. Before she could take another step, everything changed. The hooded man suddenly grabbed her wrist, stopping her in place. Shock flashed across her face as she turned toward him. When their eyes met, she saw striking blue eyes sparkling beneath the hood, framed by dark hair that only heightened his sharp presence. His grip tightened slightly, his intent unmistakable. Arya quickly assessed the situation. Despite his intimidating aura, he appeared young. His clothing, though simple, suggested noble origins, perhaps from the countryside. She forced herself to remain calm and asked for her wrist to be released if he truly wanted an explanation. After a brief pause, he let go. With steady composure, Arya explained that she had heard rumors about a casino being shut down, and had simply acted on what she believed to be common knowledge. As he listened, his expression shifted. The tension faded, and without further interference, he allowed her to leave. What Arya did not know is that the man was the crown prince of the empire. Watching her depart, his gaze followed the carriage waiting outside. Seeing its emblem, he misunderstood her identity, believing her to be Miel, the prestigious daughter of House Rose-Scent. That single misunderstanding marked the beginning of an unexpected connection. And with it, the quiet start of a journey that would change both of their fates forever. Thank you for watching until the end. I hope you enjoyed this manhwa. Please subscribe for more stories, and see you in the next video.